Welcome to our latest edition of HSN Gets Crafty. I'm Suzanne, and today I'm going to work mainly with Tombow markers. I'm going to show you several different techniques, so let's get started. You're going to need Ideology single-sided craft cardstock. I'm going to use it as part of my layering in the backgrounds of the project you're about to see. And the Tombow dual brush pens. Now these are 96 brush pens. They're blendable, and you almost can create a watercolor effect. The next one after that, the Galaxy Pens Blending Kit. It actually helps you to learn how to do blending properly. For part of my floral inspiration, it's from Crafter's Companion. It's their Floral 4-pack layering stamps. Love layering stamps. You'll find out why. Crafter's Companion, embossing ink, and then we're going to talk about Prima Traveler's Journal. It's called the Jet Setter. This actually was the inspiration for the entire project. And Anna Griffin's embossing tool, I'm going to use it to heat emboss some of the decorations from this stamp set. So this was my inspiration for everything you're going to see based on this wedding theme. I loved the floral pattern and I loved the colors. I'm going to kind of work backwards, and what I did is I printed out the basic design like a Word program, and then I'm going to stamp around the edges. Hopefully that'll inspire you to do extra things like my little table setting and this cute little sign that I made. You're going to grab your first stamp, and I've got it placed, and you're basically just painting. You're actually using that brush tip just to paint on this #1 background. So I'm going to repeat the same style of flower down on the opposite corner. And then I'm going to use parts of the flower on either side of the main flower. And I'm going to go a little bit darker with my colors on #2. Same method. This has got all the details, and I'm just using this to paint it. Watch how the detailed part starts to really bring this to life. I think this is such a cool effect. Now we're to our third stamp, and again, this is going to be the darkest color, and this is actually the little stamens that go in the center. I'm going to use my black marker because I really want this to pop. Notice I'm working off the side of this. I think it makes projects so much more interesting when we do that. Now in the leaf section, there's only 2 parts. There's stamp 1 and stamp 2. So here's a piece of my leaf. I'm just gonna lay that brush ink on there. And then I'm gonna go inside here and I'm gonna place the leaves kind of tucked in there. When you have these really cool layered stamps, they sort of do all the work for you, which I love. So for the inside of my leaf, I've decided I really wanted to use black to bring out the highlights in it. So again, I'm gonna pop that layer on there, pop it up there. Isn't that cool? The last step I'm gonna do is gonna be embossing to give it a little sparkle. I'm just gonna add the embossing to the stems of just 2 of the flowers. And this is embossing glitter. And now we're gonna take my Anna Griffin embossing tool and we're gonna heat it up. And all of a sudden it'll start to really glow and you'll see the glitter effect. All right, so now what we're gonna do, it's called Indirect Blending, and you're gonna use this little laminated piece, and you're gonna take that same brush or marker, and what you're gonna do is you're actually just gonna lay some color down on it. You also get what's called a blending marker. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pick up some of the color, and I go around the outside of the design. It just really adds a beautiful, soft dimensionality to your design. And then when you pick it up off the page, you can see it really starts to come to life. And I layered 1, 2, 3. So you'd have a really, really pretty invitation. In a word processing program, I laid out the words, I printed it out on that really nice cardstock, and then stamped and did everything around it. Hopefully that'll inspire you to do extra things like my little table setting and this cute little sign that I made as well. Stay tuned for a pro tip right after this episode. And don't forget to join me on the next edition of HSN Gets Crafty. When you're using markers instead of ink pads, I like to turn them to the side. It actually puts more ink down faster when you're doing it that way. So if you're going to use these for other projects where you're really using that fine point like brush stroke work and things like that, you don't want to mess it up. Always work kind of on the side so you can lay that ink down pretty fast.